Hello and welcome you all for today's session. Today, let us discuss about the first topic of science in class 10th, that is chemical reactions and equations. In day-to-day life, in our surroundings, we see many changes. The ice melts, petrol kept in an open bottle gets evaporated. A paper burns into ashes, the food we eat gets digested. Among these changes, some are called physical changes and some are chemical changes. And let us try to know what are these chemical changes and how a chemical change can be written in the equation or word form, and what are the types of chemical equations and what are the uses of studying these chemical reactions. So this is the scope of this topic. So as I told you, there are physical changes and chemical changes. Physical change may accompany with change in physical properties like state, size or shape, color. A wood is chopped into small pieces. The same wood remains but in different shape or size. This is a physical change. The food we eat, that is get digested, that is a chemical change. Entirely new substances are formed. Burning of a paper, all these are chemical changes. And in chemical change, entirely new substance or substances are formed. Now, let us see, observe. When a sodium metal is dropped into water, what are the changes that takes place? You see the sodium metal size of this is getting reduced and some gases are coming out of it. So this is an example for a chemical change. A new substance, hydrogen, is being formed. So whether the new substance, hydrogen, whether these atoms are present earlier, yes, it was present. The hydrogen was present in different form in water. It is displaced by sodium to make another compound, sodium hydroxide, and the hydrogen atoms recombine to form hydrogen gas. So a chemical reaction may be, a chemical process may be involving breaking of the old bonds and formation of new bonds to give different product. So in a chemical change, there will be entirely new substances which are being formed. Right? Whenever a chemical change occurs, a chemical reaction also occurs. Let us see another activity in which a magnesium ribbon is heated. Let us see. A magnesium ribbon, when it is heated, it burns with a light and a lot of heat energy is being formed, and you can find white magnesium oxide which is being formed. So it is a chemical change because magnesium oxide is entirely a new substance having entirely new property than the magnesium. Then let us see some more activity to understand what could happen in a chemical reaction. Let us take aqueous solution of barium chloride and aluminium sulfate. I am having aluminium sulfate. This in water, it forms a colorless solution. When I take a solution of aluminium sulfate and add barium chloride, this is barium chloride, this is added to the aluminium sulfate. Now you can see there is a color change in the color, and a solid is emerged in the solution, because of which there is a particles of white color which is being present there. They are slowly getting themselves into the bottom, and this is called precipitation. So here is a chemical change in which a new substance with a change of their color and the property is being evolved. So this is a reaction with barium chloride and aluminium sulfate. Let us see another activity in which zinc granules are added to the hydrochloric acid. So there is zinc metal, and these zinc metals are available in the granular form. And if you take some HCl acid and you add some zinc granules, what you are going to observe is some gases are coming out of it. You can see some gases are again coming out of it, and this rate of the reaction or increases after some time, and you can find there is a change in temperature also. After some time you may find this is somewhat hotter. Then, so these are the things that we observe when there is a chemical change. A chemical change may change the state of the matter. So a change in the state, change in the color, change or evolution of a gas, or change in temperature. So these are usually the characteristics of a chemical reaction. So suppose there is no change in color, we may not be able to say that the chemical reaction is not occurring at all. But these changes will definitely make us to know that there is change in chemical properties of the substance or the new substances which are being formed. Now, what is chemical reaction? A chemical reaction is a chemical change. Whenever there is a chemical change, a chemical reaction occurs. And it is the simplest way of writing the whole lot of process in terms of a sentence or a meaningful way it is being presented. And this is written in the symbolic form, then it is called as chemical equation. Digestion of the food gets digested on our body, rusting of iron are the examples of chemical change. Now, when the magnesium ribbon is burnt in oxygen, it is get converted into magnesium oxide. This description is so long, and if we can able to write it in a very short form, then it is a word equation. Here is an attempt. Magnesium that reacts with oxygen in the air. So magnesium plus oxygen giving rise to, that means product, magnesium oxide. So whatever is written in the left hand side are the reactants, and the right hand side of this arrow mark are the products. So this is word equation, a simple way of representation. So let us see in the chemical equation form how it can be written. So it can be written in the form of magnesium plus oxygen and MgO. Now, magnesium is a metal, therefore it is written as Mg with its symbol. Oxygen is written as O2. Why O2? Why not O? It is written in the O2 form because oxygen gas is available as diatomic gas and available here in the O2 form. And magnesium oxide is the compound which is being formed, MgO. So what is being written here are reactants, and what is being written here outside right hand side of the arrow mark, that is product. Okay, so reactants are the substance that exist before the reaction. Products are one which are those which are being formed, and chemical equation indicates reactants and the products. Reactants and the products of the chemical reaction. Right? Now, the one which is written here is called skeletal reaction. Skeletal reaction. So, this reaction is not a complete reaction. it is not called balanced reaction. Now what is called as balanced reaction and why we have to balance it? It is probably, let us see, there is one magnesium atom and the two oxygen atoms are there, probably it is in this form. There is one magnesium atom, okay, so this is magnesium atom and two oxygen atoms in one molecule of O2 reacts to form one magnesium and one oxygen is there. One magnesium and one oxygen is there here. Okay, this is the way you can depict the atoms. This is called unbalanced because there are two oxygen atoms here, but there is the product side, there is only one oxygen atom. So, in any chemical reaction, atoms are not created or destroyed. So, this is the Dalton's atomic theory. So, Dalton's atomic theory, atoms are not destroyed. So, here, if it is not balanced, we get the meaning that one of the oxygen atom is destroyed. It cannot happen. Therefore, we need to balance this equation. This is balancing the equation, making number of atoms of the reactant side is equal to number of atoms in the product side. So, we may write 2 magnesium MgO because if you once take these two as the entities obtained, then there are 2 oxygen atoms. Here 2 oxygen atoms are there. Okay. Now magnesium has become 1. There were 2 magnesium. So 2 is to be written here. So writing the numericals like this. This is called balancing the chemical reaction. This is balancing the chemical reactions. Right? Now, suppose there may be a question that may arise. Magnesium plus oxygen. So, shall we write this as MgO2? So that oxygen is balanced? No, we cannot write like this. This is the wrong way of writing. So, the magnesium oxide is always in the form MgO. So, it is the formula of magnesium oxide. So, the concept of writing the formula of the compound is learnt in the class 9. Let me recall. Mg is available as Mg2 plus ion. Magnesium ion carry plus 2 charge, indicating its combining capacity is 2. And oxygen is combining capacity again 2. And oxide ion is available in the O2 minus form. So whenever magnesium oxide is to be formed, that means combining capacity 2 and combining capacity 2, they must be in the ratio 1:1. Therefore, this way of writing is wrong. So, magnesium oxide is to be taken as MgO. Then we have to balance it by taking the numerical coefficients before that particular chemical compound. Right? So, let us take up the next one. Okay. So, the mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. This is the Lavoisier's equation. So, this Lavoisier's equation is one which is responsible for balancing the chemical reactions. So, mass cannot be changed in a chemical reaction. So, this was the earliest observation before the Dalton's theory. So, since mass cannot be changed, the atom cannot be destroyed in a reaction. Therefore, there is a need of balancing the equations. So, let us try to take an example of a reaction. Hydrogen plus chlorine giving rise to hydrogen chloride. So, hydrogen molecule is here, chlorine molecule is here. Chlorine is diatomic gas, Cl2, but HCl. Once you write that, so HCl is only 1, therefore the mass of these two is more than the mass of HCl. So if you take the account of number of hydrogen and number of chlorine before the reaction, that means the reactant and the product side, this is 2:2, that is 2 hydrogen and 2 chlorine, but the product side only 1 is there. Now, it is unbalanced reaction. Suppose you want to balance the reaction, then what is to be done? This HCl is to be added by 2, so that hydrogen and chlorine both becomes 2, and products also there will be 2 hydrogen and 2 chlorine, so that the mass will be equal. Okay, so this is only to make you to remember. Now let us take an equation and try to know how a chemical equation can be balanced. So iron reacts with water. It's the water in the form of gas, that is steam, to form iron oxide and hydrogen. So this is a skeletal equation given, and the task is to balance the number of atoms at the left hand side and right hand side must be equal. Now how to do this balancing of chemical equations? Let us try to know about it. Now there is no hard and fast rule that we have to do like this, but normally we can take a compound which is consisting of more number of atoms and start with this balancing. So before that, you may note down the number of atoms present before before reaction, that is reactant side and the product side. Iron, hydrogen, oxygen are the 3 different atoms present, and number of atoms present is iron is 1, hydrogen is 2, and this is again oxygen is 1 at the reactant side, and the product side 3, 2 and 4 are there. So you can look at that. So 3 iron, 4 oxygen and 2 hydrogen are there in the skeletal equation. Now if we start with this, the 4 oxygen, and here is only 1 oxygen, therefore you can multiply this by 4 or add prefix 4 or stoichiometric coefficient 4, so that 4 oxygen atom and 4, this is balanced. So that is the first step of the process. So that is to be balanced. So we have to add 4 here. Then by doing so, we are changing the hydrogen, number of atoms of hydrogen. So here at the left hand side, 4 2s are 8 hydrogen atoms are there. In order to balance that, here there are only 2 are there. So what is the prefix to be added here? So the prefix or the stoichiometric coefficient to be added is 4 into 2. The 2 should be made 8 atoms, therefore it should be multiplied by 4. So that 4 hydrogen. Now hydrogen is balanced and oxygen is balanced. The left one is only iron. So here it is 3. It is monoatomic, it is present here. So 3 is the stoichiometric coefficient to be added, so that we can balance the chemical reaction. Now before giving the complete balanced reaction, we should write their physical states. So physical state means either it may be solid, liquid or gaseous form, or it may be in the solution form, or it may be a gas. We have to mention with different notations. So this iron is solid, therefore S is being written in the parenthesis. H2O is gas, G is written in the bracket here, and this is solid, and again it is gas. H2 is gas. Now this is the complete balanced reaction. In some equations, the reactions conditions are also written or shown along with the arrow mark. For the reaction carbon dioxide and hydrogen giving rise to methanol, a compound methanol, the 340 atmospheric pressure is needed. Therefore, this is the reaction condition which is being written. For the photosynthesis, that is carbon dioxide and water giving rise to glucose, we need sunlight. So sunlight may be shown along with the arrow marks. So this is the additional information that can be presented along with the reaction to specify the reactions. Okay, now let us try to take up some questions which are pertaining to this concept. Now, why should a magnesium ribbon be cleaned before taking up the reactions? Okay, I will show you the magnesium ribbon. So magnesium ribbon will be supplied in the form of a roll, and you can see the color of it. I will take out a piece of it. So you can see the coatings here, and it is having some black or brownish coating, and which can be rubbed off taking as sandpaper. Now you can see the shining surface of it. Now why it is to be done before the reaction? So the answer is simple. Magnesium is a reactive metal which form the layer of oxide or carbonates over it, which protects itself, which protects the magnesium for further reaction. Therefore, this coating is to be removed or cleaned before showing the reactions of magnesium. Okay, so that is the answer that is to be. Okay, now, so this is the answer. Yes, so this is the answer for that. Magnesium is more reactive metal, therefore it forms a coating which protects the magnesium for further reaction. Let us take up another question, that is write the balanced equation for the following chemical reactions. Hydrogen chlorine giving rise to hydrogen chloride. Then barium chloride, aluminium sulfate giving rise to barium sulfate and aluminium chloride. Sodium plus water giving rise to sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. Let us try to solve that. Hydrogen, first thing is that we should remember hydrogen is available in H2 form, diatomic gas, therefore it is H2. Then plus this is gaseous form, H2 gas. Chlorine is also available in gaseous form, so chlorine. Then it gives hydrogen chloride. Formula of hydrogen chloride is HCl. So HCl is gas and the 2 is to be written, and as just now we have seen the balancing of it, and this is 2HCl. Now writing this equation, barium chloride. Barium chloride is BaCl2 and it is aqueous form. We have seen that it is in the aqueous form or solution form we have added. Then plus aluminium sulfate, Al2SO4 thrice. So this is aluminium sulfate. Aluminium sulfate also in aqueous form, AQ form, which is giving rise to barium sulfate. Barium sulfate is BaSO4. BaSO4, and this is a solid because a solid precipitates out, that we have seen. And aluminium chloride is AlCl3. So this is also in aqueous form, AlCl3. Now, in order to balance this, look at from the ions point of view. There are 3 sulfate ions, but there is only one sulfate ion. This is one sulfate ion. There are 3 sulfate ions. Therefore, better to give the prefix or the number 3 here. Sulfate ion is balanced. So we can balance it ion wise also here. So then 2 aluminium is there. Therefore, let us take 2 aluminium and see. Right? Now 2 aluminium is balanced, sulfate is balanced, but 3 Ba is there. So here if you do 3 BaCl2, now let us check whether entirely it is balanced or not. 3 Ba, 3 Ba. Cl2 is chlorine atoms are 3 into 2, that is 6 chlorine atoms, and here 2 into 3, that is 6 chlorine atoms. So it is balanced. Now sulfate ions 3 are there, 3 sulfate ions are there. Therefore, so all the ions are balanced and all the atoms are balanced. Therefore, it is a balanced reaction. Now, sodium is Na. In water, sodium is solid because metal. Water, H2O, liquid. Okay. Now, which gives rise to sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, OH minus is hydroxide ion. So this is NaOH aqueous plus hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas. Okay. Now to balance, in order to balance, look at this. 2 hydrogen are here, but here 1 hydrogen and 2, totally 3 are there. So let us make an even number so that 2 is being added. 2 hydrogen and 2 hydrogen, now it has become 4. And let us give the coefficient 2 here so that 4 hydrogen. Now 4 hydrogen and 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogen is balanced. Now 2 oxygen and 2 oxygen is balanced, but only sodium is not balanced. 2 Na here and Na here. Therefore, you have to give 2 Na here. So this is the way you can able to balance the reaction. You can see the balanced reactions also once again. Now, before going to solve such a kind of questions, you have to remember some of the charges on ions and how the formula of the compound is to be written. So, the portion that we have dealt in the class 9th is important. So, the one which is coming very oftenly, well, for writing the chemical equations, I will give you. So, among the cations, one which is important is H plus, sodium plus, potassium plus, silver plus, Ag plus. These are the cations with +1 as the charge, and magnesium, calcium, zinc, and copper 2 plus, Fe 2 plus. So copper and Fe, they are having two oxidation states. Fe 2 plus and Fe 3 plus also is available. So among +3 charges, Al 3 plus and Fe 3 plus. Cu2 +1 is rarely known. Therefore, these are the charges on cations you are supposed to remember. Among anions, try to remember the one which is carrying negative charge. Chloride, bromide, chloride ion, bromide ion. Then with +1 polyatomic ion, among the polyatomic ions, nitrate ion, hydroxyl ions. They carry negative charge, but these are polyatomic ion, NO3 minus and OH minus. And coming to those which are having -2 as oxidation state, O2 minus, sulfide ion and sulfate ion, carbonate ion. So these are some of the important ions with their charges. If you remember, you can able to give the balanced equation of any of the equation that is asked in the examination. Now, one more point. If you know the charges, how we can able to write it very correctly? Let me take this example. Aluminium sulfate. Why this 2 and 3 is to be given can be known correctly only when you know the respective charges on ion. Al is 3 plus. And sulfate is SO4 is 2 minus charge. So this is entity and these are the charges. If you remember that, and if you pose these numerals along with the symbol, that is Al2, this is SO4, this 3, then that is the formula of aluminium sulfate. And this is the way you can able to write the formula of the compounds very clearly. Aluminium chloride, aluminium is +3 and chloride is -1, and this 3 will go here and 1 will come here, that is Al1Cl3 is the formula of aluminium chloride. So this is the way you can able to write the equations, chemical equations very correctly. And once the formula of the compound is written correctly, balancing also will be coming very correctly. Okay. Now, with this we will go to another question. Okay. So this is not very clear. Okay. Now, coming to another question. A solution of barium chloride, sodium sulfate, react to give insoluble barium sulfate and the solution of sodium chloride. So we have already tried with barium sulfide chloride and aluminium sulfate, but here it is sodium sulfate. So you are asked to write the equation with the state symbol. So what is additionally that we have to do very correctly is the state symbols are to be written. Solution of barium chloride means barium chloride BaCl2 aqueous, AQ that we have to write. AQ that we have to write. And sodium sulfate Na2SO4. Okay, and which will give insoluble barium sulfate and solution of sodium chloride. Probably this is very commonly being written NaCl, BaSO4, Na2SO4, sodium sulfate. Sodium is having +1 charge, sulfate is having -2 charge. Therefore, 2 here and sulfate is 1. So Na2SO4. One sodium is 2 and NaCl sodium is only 1. Therefore, 2 is the coefficient to be added. So that this will be a balanced reaction. Now the next question is sodium hydroxide solution in water, that is aqueous that you have to write, and with hydrochloric acid is HCl aqueous, so that you are going to get sodium chloride and H2O. So this is already balanced reaction. NaOH plus HCl giving rise to NaCl plus H2O. So let us take some more questions of competitive kind. So say true or false. A number of atoms of each element is conserved in any chemical reaction. Yes. Whether it is true or false? Yes, it is true, because number of atoms of the elements are conserved. It is not lost or destroyed. Not lost, destroyed or formed in a chemical reaction. It is simply conserved without change. Okay, without change in number. That is the meaning of it. Therefore, it is a true sentence. A magnesium ribbon burns with a dazzling flame in air, that is oxygen, and changes into a black substance, magnesium oxide. Okay, all the things are right, but one's word which is wrong is black. So it is a white magnesium oxide, so that you should be very good in observation, and the color of the magnesium oxide is white, therefore the sentence is wrong. Therefore first is true and another is false, second is false. Now coming to the objective type question. So a student added dilute HCl to a test tube containing zinc granules and made the following observations. So the incorrect observation is, right? So incorrect observation you will find out. The zinc forms soluble chloride. The gas evolved which burnt with a pop sound. The solution remained colorless. The solution becomes green in color. Now the one which is added is here only zinc granules added. Now it has become a colorless solution. You can see zinc also is not present, because zinc is forming soluble chloride, zinc chloride. Therefore this is right. So it is hydrogen gas which is burning with the pop sound, and the solution remained colorless. This is also true, and the solution become green in color is wrong, right? Okay, so with this, before going to end, that you have to take up an assignment. So there are questions which are given in the sentence form. You must convert this into a chemical equation, word equation form, and then equation form, and you have to balance it. There are 4 questions to be solved. So keep solving till then. Thank you.
One minute, sir.